Here we go.
Sneakers and Stories, a podcast from Pint of Stuff with Mr. B and SJ.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We're back again. So after a few technical difficulties that none of you will have known about, we
lots
are with lots.
difficulties.
We're actually recording now across the Atlantic. We've got a very special guest with us this week on the podcast, known as Toxic. Been in the Pint of Stuff community for days, like for a long time, and
nice.
but obviously, you know, we're all in lockdown at the moment, and so Toxic is going to join us live and direct from New York City. Boom! Yes. So here we go, Toxic. So welcome to.
Good morning from here. Good morning from here.
Welcome. It's
Thank you.
I can't believe that we finally actually get to like talk properly. This is.
Oh, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I sent some really long damn texts, and I was like, you know what? I should just send my voice.
It's funny. It's funny. No, it's been like. I reckon it's been a couple of years that we've been sort of chatting.
Yeah, I reckon so.
With you.
Yeah, it's nice. I went off for a little while and came back, but
you did.
It's been
you
years,
did.
Yeah, we missed you when you went away.
Yeah,
we were kind of like,
we
hope you're okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate that because I just got off of like creative juices and stuff like that.
Oh, I
that
hear
makes
you.
sense. I just wanted to like disconnect from everything.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
Totally get it.
I lost a lot of other people too that I had.
Yeah.
So I was like, I should have never did that. I should have just temporarily just disconnected.
Hey,
it's okay.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Sometimes you got to do it.
Oh, completely.
I think it was for the best.
Yeah, definitely. But I think, you know, like I think we should get into it.
Yes.
I think we should definitely get into it because you know, obviously this is Sneakers and Stories.
Yes.
And I've got a feeling that you've got many stories.
And many sneakers.
And there we go. So someone has been preparing for this his entire life.
I was up late last night. I was up late, yeah.
So I suppose really, we've started with this with so far the with the Annex and with Levi, and I'll get SJ to ask the first question. So SJ, do you want to jump in?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you know, I'm good. Good.
Yes, good to hear you. Good to hear that.
Yeah. Your exploits on Instagram do crack me up, by the way. So I'm never going off piece
here. I try
here.
to put more. I just don't want to like seem like I'm doing it on purpose.
No, it was the cat and the rat. It was just like the funniest
crazy,
thing.
Right? I was like a real Tom and Jerry shit in the street. Yeah. Everybody in the street was just screaming, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is crazy! Like, what the hell's going on?"
It was just too funny.
I think that's when you stay home too much. You see what happens?
Yeah. I think that cat had been in isolation too much.
Absolutely.
So I'll shut up talking about cats now. So you know, we've asked this question to everybody that's been on, and it always seems like a really good place to start. So, what is your earliest sneaker memory, and what really got you into this?
Okay. Let's see. I remember kind of like when I was young, having like one pair of sneakers that you had for school. And I remember my mom being like, listen, that's it. This is all you're going to have. I mean, and I'm like, damn, I'm going to have to clean these things and like maintenance this stuff so I can wear further, you know? And then Easter would come around out here, get another pair. If that would like, you would get you. It's always closed, like for Easter. But it was like, you had to clean them with Griffin. You had to keep them clean. You had to like shine them up, maybe clean the laces. Because back then I was like, okay, it's just a pair of sneakers. But when you have to wear them so many times, you don't want them to look like crap. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It does.
That's pretty much what it was. And also just watching like breakdancing and like graffiti and seeing all these people from Rocksteady crew, because my dad and like my family, they were affiliated with a lot of that stuff back then. I didn't really know because I was so young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And watching all that stuff on, like, seeing it in person.
Uh-huh.
These people who used to spray paint the walls next door to my apartment.
That's
And I would
amazing.
go in and I would see like Voltron on the wall and all kinds of stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my God, these guys are amazing. And they would breakdance in the house and shit.
That is so cool. Okay, that's an entire other podcast in its own right. That's amazing. Like I think I swear SJ always wanted to be in Breakdance the movie.
I wanted to be the girl, the one that went
I
for
wanted
the.
to be in that shit too. Yeah,
I wanted to be like the proper dancer learning to break dance because that was kind of me as a kid.
no, that stuff is like mesmerizing. And to be honest with you, seriously.
Definitely. It's funny. Like I think everybody that we've talked to, and even the people that we talk to sort of outside of here, like it seems most people started with they only could have one pair of shoes.
Yeah, I think that's kind of how it starts. I think
Yeah.
I think that you cherish it more when it's like
Yes.
that. Like when you get older, you're like, oh my God, I have all these sneakers. Do I really need all of them? But then you're like, I remember when I had nothing. So I don't know if that,
No.
Yeah.
That's I think that's what it is. It's completely that. It's like we didn't have a lot, and so now
Making up for it.
kind of flips it a little bit. It starts to become a little bit of an obsession, and I suppose that was I was going to sort of move on to that. So when did you realize that actually, like because like everyday Joes, they like sneakers, but they don't like sneakers. They don't love sneakers in the way that we do. So when did you think, okay, yeah, this might be or what was the shoe, the moment in your mind that was like, okay, right, yeah, I might have a thing for shoes?
I think it's when you go and you physically like go buy the sneaker and it's like when they hand it to you and you like open it and you look at it. I don't know if it's like a treasure. Like, I don't know. It's like a secret Zelda kind of ish when you open the thing up, I don't know. That's how it feels. And it's like when you put them on, it's like, okay, I'm going to wear these. I also have a habit, and this is not from like having like sneakers the first time. I like to walk out with my sneakers when I buy them. I used to do that.
Really?
I used to wear an outfit or have an outfit. And I'm like, okay, I could walk out with these right now. Put the old ones in the box. And then I'm going to walk out with these newer ones.
Amazing.
But I think it's the fact of going to the store and purchasing like something so new that you can't have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That like, oh my God, this is amazing. It could be the sneaker that you forget about later.
Yeah.
That moment, I guess it means everything.
I think so. It's like I still
love.
love going to the store.
Yeah.
I still love like I'll spend
always,
like
right?
15, 20 minutes and far too long standing in front of a wall that might not have many shoes, and I will literally pick up every shoe and look at it and be like, what is this? And I might have been in the store like every week and I've picked up the same shoes every week, gone, yeah, not this week.
Yeah,
and literally,
yeah, exactly. And you can touch them though too. That's even better. So you can,
oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know about you, but I also find myself, I have to sort of rearrange them back on the shelf so that they're all still neat.
Put them back a certain way. Yeah. People look at me like I'm nuts and they're like, yo, what is this guy doing? I don't know. Maybe it's my house for a little while.
Exactly.
I can move around and stuff and everything. Yeah, it's kind of weird, right?
But I also think the whole raffle thing and that and buying online just really takes away from what you've just said.
Yes.
It just takes some of the fun.
Fancier? Yeah.
Yeah, some of the fun, some of the feeling, and even some of the social aspect of it. It just takes it away.
I believe you because I used to stand online for a lot of games back in the days. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like, I did the Halo thing. I did all those things. They were amazing. But I never really stood on lines until I got a little older. But not a lot. But when I stood on those lines for games, it's the same similar concept.
Yeah.
I speak more about everything else except the game. It was more about what are we going to do, what games you have in your house, what systems you like, what's your name, no IG stuff and nothing like that. It was just very personal, face to face. And I think that's why those things, you're right, SJ, those things are the reason why people should go. That's like the real social networking right there. Real life social networking.
Oh, completely.
Exactly, yeah.
Completely. It's
The fix is amazing.
It's interesting that you compare games to shoes. I hadn't really thought about it like that, but yeah. And I think, if you think about it as well, like in the games world and the sneaker world, the passion is the same.
Yes, it is.
Passion.
Because I do both. I do a lot of both. Like all my life. Like I've been playing since I was 5. So that's never went away.
So I suppose. All right. So here's a question then, because and we obviously you bring out a breadth of shoes on Instagram, a breadth. But of all of those shoes, what's your most cherished shoe?
Right now?
Of
or
all
just
time.
like from like the past, or?
I would say, well.
Okay, both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I would have to say, honestly, I have a long history with dunks. Like dunks, period. Not the SBs, of course, they became something. But I always had dunks since I was real young. And I just like the fact that they were high. And that's another question we're going to go back to later, because I got a bunch of questions over here for you. So.
Oh,
yeah,
dear.
I do. I have I don't know, it's a page. I'm prepared. I don't know if I'm going to get through all of them, but it's okay.
That's all good.
I would have to say literally any pair of dunks would have to be like my love.
There must be one, though, that you like the one that you cherish.
I just slide into them, they're mine. They're formed to my,
Nah, but there must be one colorway. There must be one shoe that you're like. Now you might not even have it. You might have destroyed it. You might have done all of that, and you're like, you might be like, I wish. In fact, yeah, actually, is there one then? So of all of the dunks, and it molds to your shoe, is there one that you've kind of destroyed a little bit, a lot, or you don't have anymore, and you're like, oh, if only I had that shoe now. Because I have thoughts about certain shoes.
Yeah, I actually messed up and left a bunch of shoes inside of like a bin, like a bin where you like with a like plastic bin.
Yeah.
And a lot of them got oxidized.
Oh.
And they were like bent because I was moving. And I went through that box and I was like, I did what you just said. I was like, oh no, why did I do this like this? This is horrible. And then I was like, I didn't even want them anymore. Like I wanted to keep them.
Yeah.
But the more I looked at them, I was like, I'm just silly. But in regards to the dunk situation,
yeah,
I would have to say I had a pair of all white dunks, like just regular white ones.
Yeah.
But they were clean. But they're the hardest to keep clean.
Of course.
I used to always like go like really like try to wash those down. And the more I did it, I'm like, okay, I just need to get another pair. I can't do this. But the laces you can switch though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
The lace will always help and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And then so that's of all time.
What about current?
Right now?
Yeah.
Current?
Yes.
Any sneaker or just a dunk?
Well, actually, like obviously, you know that we talk a lot about dunks, and we pull out a fair few. But actually, I'd probably spin that like of everything that you've got at the moment, and it doesn't have to be dunk. Like it can be anything, because you do occasionally pull out like I swear you've got some Vandals.
It's New Balance.
Yeah, I have some Vandals. Yeah, I have a couple, and I got those for really good like prices and stuff like that. They were like, I was lucky enough to I was like, no, there's no way I'm going to buy this. There's no way I'm going to let somebody else get it for the price that I got it. But sure, no, I could give you a dunk that right now that I really, really love, that I kind of like when I wear it, I know that I really want to wear it every day, but I can't.
Yep.
I think it's those Green Lobsters, man. I want to wear them every day.
Yep.
I don't care how they get really messed up, but I really care about it at the point when I'm wearing them. I know they're just sneakers, but they look so good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
They look so good.
They do. Like we have those as well, and yeah, they do. I think it's the materials on them as well, and like how did they make them speckled and still be that nice?
I want more speckles.
That nice. Yeah, we need
I
more.
want some more. I want more speckles.
I think it's like that almost vault midsole as well. They just look, yeah, they just look so good. Like for me, they're actually one of Mr. B's favorite. Well, my favorite pairs.
I think I love those a lot.
Yeah,
I think it's because of how I got them and the story behind how I got them, which is crazy.
Is this the queuing up in the rain story?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Come on. I think you should tell the story. I think you should tell that story.
Crazy. I wasn't supposed to know about the actual gift itself. It was a gift. And I got a phone call and I'm like, okay, like asking where I was. And I'm like, okay, this is getting kind of weird. I was like, all right, forget it then. And then she calls back later. She's like, I'm on the line, but there's a situation where I have to go outside and take the money out. But the line is crazy because people keep cutting the line. So people kept, no matter how many times people went in, the security was still letting people in at the same time they were coming out. So it was like, I don't know. She's like, I don't know if I'm going to get a pair for you. I actually told her to go home. I was like, I don't think you should be there. Thank you so much for going, but it's pouring and this line is good. I don't want people to get mauled over a pair of sneakers. I mean, that's kind of wrong. Oh, come on, for a pair of sneakers, literally, come on. But we're fighting over food now, right? So
yeah, that's true. That's true. I suppose it, you know,
like, this thing is crazy. But anyway, she wound up actually getting them, and a guy wound up getting them for her, and then she wound up giving the money to the guy outside. He actually like held her a pair, and that's how I got my pair. And I wasn't supposed to know. But I still knew. I opened the box up on Christmas, and I was like, okay, yeah, I don't know what this is, but I did do videos on it, and I did do, I did take pictures of them and stuff like that. They're beautiful. They're beautiful sneakers.
They are,
yeah.
but
I think our bias. I'm unbiased, but I'm very biased with SBs and like. I think they're like the perfect sneaker. I don't know. I just feel that way sometimes.
I was going to say, like, the thing I like about that is, yeah, they're already a lovely shoe, right? They're an amazing shoe already, but yours have an extra layer. They're richer for having that story around them. That just makes them so much more valuable to you personally, which I think is amazing. Like, I love that about, like, people remember when they pick shoes up, as well as the story around the shoe in general. They just remember moments for certain shoes that are like, I know exactly where I was for that shoe, who got me that shoe and why, and whatever. And I think that just makes them a little bit more cherished.
That makes it just all the much more better. Like, in the end,
completely.
I think when you look at your shoes, I don't know how it is with like you, because I don't know how many shoes you have.
Too many.
But I know that no, there's no such thing as too many. Don't say that. We're past that. I think we need our own like AA meeting for like shit like this.
I think so.
You know what I mean? But I look at it like they're just to have them, and just when you touch them, you're like, oh shit, I know where I was at. I know what streets I walked on with this. Or I'll take it to the next level. Sometimes people come up to you. Like, I had a kid while I was on lunch with my daughter, and I had the lobsters on with the laces, with the two laces. They were switched. I was flexing. I was, but I wasn't trying to.
Yeah.
So I had this little kid. He was like 15 years old, maybe 16. I swear. He goes, sir. He called me sir. And he was like, are those the lobsters? I said, yeah. He goes, those are amazing. And I looked at him and I was like, thank you. But I was so off guard. Like, I didn't realize that he knew what they were. And that shocked me, because like a 15-year-old kid knows what these are. This world is, we're never going to get SBs again.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
These young kids are like savages right now. It's not a bad thing, though.
No, it's not. You know, I think everybody at the moment is talking about this, just the hype around the dunks.
It's a lot.
So
I have a conversation separate later for that.
For real. So, okay. So, you know, I think we've come to the conclusion that we all have a lot of love for the dunk, but I suppose, and obviously there's a lot of hype for them at the moment, so they're clearly very rated. But in your opinion, what do you think is the most underrated shoe or profile or silhouette, however you want to talk about it?
I have that right here too. I would have to say it's two. For me, two is two, and I'm gonna tell you why. One is, I don't know why people really hate Converses. Like, I have a lot of friends that they disrespect Converse sneakers, and I don't know why that is. Because that's like the most classic shoe. It's clean. You could wear it with like slacks. Like, there's different ways you could wear it with a suit. I think it's like the original everything shoe.
Yep.
Like, you have to have one in your arsenal, period. I don't care which one.
Yep.
You know? And that's one. And of course, that's debated because my friends don't like the plastic cap at the front, like the silhouette that comes with the little cap. And I'm like, that's the way the sneaker's supposed to look. And I like when it's scuffed up.
Yeah.
And I like when it's a little like tattered. It looks like you've been somewhere, right?
Exactly.
Like journeys, right, on your sneakers. The second pair would be New Balances, period. That's something that I've always felt. I've been wearing New Balances my whole life, since I was real young. I've always had. I look at pictures of my mom's house, and I'm like, oh my god, I wish I had those right now. Like, I was probably like 7, 6, 8. New Balances are very, very. They're underrated, but they're not. It's like a talked about thing amongst communities, like online. Of course, you see these guys, right? But the silhouettes are like impeccable, and the fact that you can customize them. Well, not right now because of what's happening, but I've had so many throughout my years. They've always felt good on my feet, and I think everybody should really have a pair of them, even if they don't like New Balance. Like they say, oh, I don't like the N. My daughter told me she doesn't like the N on the side of the sneaker, and I'm like, why?
What?
She goes, it looks like a Z, and I'm like, it's not. It's an N, but whatever. But I would have to say New Balances. I would definitely. I think it's an underrated sneaker-ish, but it's not.
Yeah,
but it is underrated. Like dad sneakers that's a dad sneaker that's been a dad sneaker since it was made, right?
of course.
Yeah.
So it never really went anywhere, and people labeling it a dad sneaker sounds weird. So when I was young, it was like a sign of having a high-end running sneaker. Like you had a pair of New Balance, it was like, oh shit, this guy's he's got some nice stuff on, the suede and everything. So if that answers your question, then those are the two I would have to say for me that I think people kind of like underrate.
I think it does. Like, and like, if you watch Sneaker Streaming Sunday, every week I probably go through and go, yeah, this is the New Balance. This is the one I like, and I'm still yet to pull the trigger.
I think you should. I've been waiting. Actually, I'm waiting for you to do that.
I know.
I'm patiently waiting.
I don't know what it is. Like, well, first of all, I've never tried one on. And
I think that's when it's gonna happen.
Yeah, and I need to feel it on my foot.
I think that's when it's gonna happen. You're gonna walk, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, I get it. All right, I need this." Yeah, your feet need it. Matter of fact, your feet are asking you to put on. I should be working for them right now.
Oh, you definitely. I think it's because I like the made in USA or made in England,
I
like,
agree.
and the materials on them always look impeccable in the pictures.
Yes, they do. They feel like that too. They look, even when you're wearing them, it's like I can't help but look at them.
It's the price point that kind of like freaks me out for those. Where like SBs are, you get quality with SB, and invariably the price point is a point where it just feels like if something's over, I don't know, $120, $130, £100.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, I don't like it. I have to really think about it, which is why it was one of the reasons I have way more SBs than Jordans. Like, because Jordans just, the price point just kind of like, really? Like, really,
Yeah,
guys?
they mess around with the prices a lot. I don't have too many Jordans myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've had them throughout my years of my life.
Yeah.
I never went and grabbed them again, kind of. It was like those colorways they keep redoing.
Yep.
Retroing. I remember having them during when they were released, and I'm like, oh, damn, I wish I could wear those right now. Do I really need them? Because I always look at it like, should I get an SB that I really, really like, that I really missed out on, that I really, really wanted? Or do I get something a little new? Sometimes I just go for the SB that I really wanted. It's easy for me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I think as well with those New Balance, the one that you looked at, particularly when we were last in the US, they were nearly $300. I mean, that's yeah, they were.
Really? Was I looking at shoes that were $300?
Yeah,
Which ones are you talking about?
Yeah.
they were some of the made in the USA ones,
Yes,
for sure, and they were like $290.
Okay, they must have been special ones.
Yeah. Some of the made in USA ones, they're the thing is the GRs, the general releases, they look like collabs. That's what it is. They'll make a regular New Balance, and it'll look like some of the most amazing thought of sneaker that you didn't have to make up in your head. And I'm like, oh God, this is amazing. That's why I think the ones that are costing a lot, they are dated. Some of them are a little older.
Yep.
And they might look new because obviously you guys don't buy New Balances, but it's so vast. Like I think the older the sneakers are now, they just go up in price so quick, even when they come out. You know,
It's I find sometimes I accidentally pick up shoes that just, oh, I really love these, and then I turn the flip,
and then they want to be in $1 million.
and it's like, that'll be why. That'll be why.
The expensive taste, right?
Oh,
No,
completely,
that's
completely.
I think your body and your soul is like, yeah, I like this. And it's like your pocket's like, no.
Exactly, completely.
Put it back.
Yeah, put it back now. I don't need this second.
Oh, that's funny.
It looks nice over there.
Exactly. You just stay there. It's like we walked into, what was the shop that we walked into in Melrose, and
It was one of the resale
was a-
shops.
it was-
It wasn't Flight Club. It was one of the others. And this
Okay.
guy handed us a pair of Jordans, and they were like $30,000.
and I was just like, I don't need to handle these. I really
Was
don't.
that a setup?
No, I can't even remember what I was looking at. And I made a comment about the price, and he said, "These are like, do you want to see a pair that's even more crazy?" And he just handed it to me, and I was like, "Whoa, dude!"
Yeah,
No, don't bring that out. That's like the dynamite, right?
Yeah, I was
exactly.
like, just take that off me. That's
I don't even want to
ridiculous.
touch it, right?
Yeah, it's like $30,000. Just
I've always thought about how do people value these things, like art show type shit.
I don't know. I suppose it's just supply and demand, isn't it? It's just like,
I don't know. Do they look nice, SJ?
no, it wasn't. I can't even remember what they were. I mean, that whole trip's a
Those
bit.
shits can sit right there, then fuck it. Right?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
completely.
that whole trip is a bit of a blur because we had a spare day and walked around Melrose
And Fairfax.
and Fairfax is going in pretty much every sneaker and skate store.
Just going back there, back and forth.
And like you were so overwhelmed, you couldn't even buy. You were like, I can't buy anything.
Yeah. Well, it's like
No, I can see that happen.
yeah, it's like the last time I went to Flight Club in New York, I went in there with the mind to, right, I'm going to pick up, I'm going to get the Black Pigeon Dunk. And I went in there
Oh, yes.
and I had it in my hand and I'm like, oh, I don't know.
No, that's not.
And I put it back and I got my head turned by a Jordan 1. Because I get overwhelmed in there because there is so much choice. All the shoes I ever wanted in my life are in there.
They're right there, right?
And I'm just like, I don't know. And then the Jordan 1 called me, and it was just like, yeah, you could have had me 4 years ago. You can have me now. And now today, do I regret picking that Jordan 1 over the Black Pigeon Dunk? Of course I do. Of course I do.
Yeah. I got a story for that too, like because that was one of your questions, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I ever missed out on regretting not getting one?
Yep.
I had an opportunity about 2 years ago, before this craziness that was happening, to secure a pair of Tiffany Dunk lows, the original ones.
Yep.
For like 500 flat, like virtually dead stock, like nothing was wrong with them. They probably were worn indoors. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. My birthday's coming up. I was like, yeah, maybe I want to just pay some bills.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know. I was doing everything to not get them. And now I look at them now, obviously 2 years later, and that is not happening. And I wish I could say that I could get them, but I looked at them multiple times throughout the time, like last couple of years. I'm like, oh my God, I could have just had them. I should have just broke bank and just got them.
Yeah.
But it's a crazy price, man. I never paid $500 ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money.
I don't know the most I've ever spent. I was thinking about that too. But I never really spent $5 on a shoe. Like one shoe? No. I think multiple shoes, maybe.
I'm trying to think. I haven't gone over 5. I've been just short of it with sales tax.
No, of course the tax is different. Like I usually try not to add that because I don't want to. I don't want to think about the tax. I'm like, fuck the tax.
Okay, so
I'm like, yeah, I paid this for it, but.
oh, hello, Huxley.
Boy, what's up? Yeah, he's amazing, man. I love that dog.
You shouldn't be taking part in this, Huxley. You're not invited at the moment.
You gonna mic him up? You gonna mic him up?
He's making a lot of noise. So obviously that's your, I suppose, the biggest loss.
Yeah, man. I mean, one of them. Yeah, the one I can remember that bothered me now. Yeah, that one bothers me a lot. Because I would just look at it. I swear I would go in my room and probably put it right next to the other one.
Yep.
And just set them up.
So then I suppose to flip that, what's your biggest regret buying? Like,
oh yes. I have an answer for that too. Yeah, I wrote that down. Those Air Max 270s, man, I had a problem with those. I wanted to like them so much.
Yep.
They look really nice, but that bubble and the way it changes the way you walk.
yep,
It's very strange.
it's odd.
Yeah, it's like platform, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not a girl, so I don't know what it is to wear high heels. So it was this thing for me feeling a little odd. I was like, okay, this is weird. But I had 3 pairs, and I sold like 2 G pairs. I just couldn't keep them.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I can't. I was like, I gotta get rid of this thing. And I wish, now that you say that, you ask, what did I regret it for? Because when I paid for those, I should have been buying SBs. See,
Yes.
That's my mistake.
Yes. I think we've all made that mistake. Like,
I was like, damn, man, why did I go after that sneaker? I could have bought a couple of SBs with that money.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's so expensive.
they are.
I was like, they added up too. Like they were trying to because it was the big thing with Air Max Day and all
Yep.
that other stuff. A couple years ago, you know which ones I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They had the teal ones, the teal and white.
Yes.
And then they had the beige with like the punch red in the back. That bubble was like red. It was like a beige with
Yep.
red. They were amazing. It was like a sand color. And then they had the yellow tiger ones. They were yellow and red. They looked like tiger print or something. But I didn't keep any of them. I do have a pair. They're in the closet and they get no love.
I tried them on in Nike, and I just couldn't. I just couldn't get on with them. I just I tried them on.
You tried to walk around with them?
Yeah, just in the store, and even just in the
wasn't working
store,
for you?
it just didn't feel right. It wasn't right. But at the same time, that I remember on that trip, I also tried on. I think it was the Jordan 33, 34, 33, the one with all the wires and things in it, and like literally, I tried it. I'm clearly not a basketball court shoe person. It just I just looked. First of all, they felt weird, like so weird. And then I just no, I can't pull that. Like I can wear many types of shoes, and I just couldn't feel that. I just didn't feel it.
That wasn't gonna work for you. That's what you're saying.
No, exactly. Like it just wasn't. It just wasn't going.
I don't wear too many basketball sneakers now. I feel different wearing them now after wearing running sneakers and like these sleek silhouettes, and they're big, they're bulky, right? I mean, they are bulky.
I think that's
Even
why
Yeezys are bulky too. Like they're bulky shoe. Like I have one pair. I have the mouth
one out of all the basketball shoes because
Yeah.
they're
it's
just
sleeker.
yeah, because they're just the most classic and the less big.
Yeah, but when did we last go on a
understand what
court?
you mean.
I last went on a court when I was 14.
What? Seriously?
I actually used to play a lot of basketball at school,
Yeah, me
believe
too.
it or not.
You lost your pair of sneakers, you said?
No. I think that was the last time I was on a basketball court.
Oh, really?
Probably when I was like-
that's okay. At least you can remember it, though. That's good.
They never let me on the court.
I tell people that because I play so many games. Like I'm into so much stuff. They're like, "There's no way you didn't play any basketball." I'm like, "You didn't know me when I was young. You don't know what the hell I was doing." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish I could have footage though, right? There's no footage for that. You know what I mean?
Okay, so as we think about that, then, so we talked about regrets. We've talked inadvertently about the one that got away, which is like really it is that $500 shoe. It is that.
Yeah. I should have just dropped it. I had it too.
Yeah,
I had it twice. That's why it made me so mad. I was like, okay, I was hovering over the button.
yeah, twice. That's on you completely. The first time, yeah, I can get it. The second time,
Yeah, no, I remember that was me. Yeah, I just made that conscious decision. My conscience was in my brain at that moment.
so I suppose if we think about the future, And obviously the world's a bit weird at the moment, but it's probably good for us to think about the future, or at least the next few months anyway. That's about as far forward as I can see. Is there anything sort of coming out around the corner that you're hyped about yourself?
Yes, I would have to say, yeah, of course. I want to see these newer dunks that are coming out. I'm not aiming to get the newer ones as I used to be. I guess, I don't know. It's just a little different for me now. I kind of got it. I don't think it's that wave of people that are buying the sneakers. I think it's just the way things are and the raffles, like you said.
Yep.
I'm a little disenchanted with it a little bit more now. I'm like, okay, this is turning into like a hoops of fire kind of thing, and I don't really want to do it. And I don't know if I want to do that. I have to be up for something like that. Okay. But I am looking forward to buying a couple more dunks this year, and it doesn't have to be any particular one. Yeah. But I would say the older ones that I kind of like. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna add this to my arsenal. You know. But I will say I'm gonna buy a pair of Air Force One highs, and they're the those hand cold wash ones. Nice. The Ama Manari, what are those called? I forgot. I can't say.
Don't ask me to say complicated words. I'm terrible with complicated words.
But those were the hand cold wash high ones with like the fluorescent aglets, and they were like a very special like boutique. I want to buy a pair of those. And I think that's important to me because I don't have any Air Force Ones in my arsenal right now. I don't think I've bought a pair of Air Force Ones in 25 years.
You're in New York.
It's a New York shoe.
Those, man.
It's a New York shoe. Like, come on.
I know I'm disrespecting my new heritage in this way, right?
Completely.
Honestly, I'm serious. I haven't bought a pair of Air Force Ones in 25 years. Maybe something like that. Crazy.
That's crazy.
But I want those. I don't know why. Those are what I'm looking forward to. I wrote that down last night just to tell you that because I know that she has the Maharishi ones, the ones that you have. Yeah, those are awesome. I wanted those.
They are so
nice.
They
are so nice. I still haven't even worn them.
In fact, SJ.
Really? Serious?
Yeah, no. Because they're just too nice. Like
they're beautiful.
The material, because they're wool. So I just did not want to risk them. I mean, I will wear them.
I'm going to make her wear them tomorrow. Around the house.
Look, SJ,
around the
I'm
house.
Very sorry. This conversation would have never happened if you would never have on the podcast. And his influence would not be going out there.
This is for the gram.
I think you should though. One day, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I will wear them. It's just when I bought them.
Flex on the couch or something. I don't know. You can flex in the house. They won't get messed up. You know what I mean?
When I got them, it was like November, December time. So of course the weather turned, and then. Well, the weather in the UK, it's either wet and cold or really sunny and hot. There isn't much in between. So so they just never felt that there was quite the right time to wear them. But yeah, maybe I'll dig them out tomorrow.
No, that's nice. Look, I thought you wore them. I was like, oh man, when you got them, I was pumped. I said, oh, she's going to wear these things.
I wore them in the garden.
Yeah.
I remember you took the photo shoot.
In the yard.
The little area you have there. It's a little interesting how you take those pictures back there. I like that.
Yeah.
I always did. You guys have great pictures, man.
Yeah, we should do that again. We do have actually from the cinematic on foot thing that we do. I really have to edit the P-Rod dunk highs that we got the other week. We have the footage. I just need to find the time to edit it in a way that we like. But I'm going to make her wear these tomorrow. I'm going to make her wear those Maharishis tomorrow. And we're going to take pictures around the house tomorrow. You can, as you say, you can flex on the couch.
Yeah, no, listen, it's perfect. You don't have to wipe them down or anything. It's
exactly.
Fine. Yeah, exactly. You don't feel so guilty. I actually was going to DS maybe 2 sneakers last night. I was gonna just wear them in the house and just do it online. Just like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm DN. And then I didn't do it. I wound up falling asleep. So I'm gonna do it today. Matter of fact, if she does that for her, I probably would do mine.
Yeah. Okay. That's a deal. We're gonna tag you in the pictures.
I don't know if I'll do it first. I swear. I'll even influence her to do it by me doing it first.
Do it.
At least it's in the house because I really do like those sneakers. So yeah, I think you should do it. It'll be dope.
It'll be cool.
I guess just going back to what you said as well about the whole hype thing with the dunk, and you're not really into to dealing with that at the moment. I guess with Blades closing, it's a lot harder for you to get stuff, right?
Yeah, it got so different. Like, I think over time, like, it was just an escalating thing. I think once they got really hype, I was like, okay, this is okay. And I have a friend. His name is Johnny. He's Cash Rock SB. He's on my Instagram and stuff like that. He's like my friend from my childhood. We have conversations back and forth every day. Like, yo, this is getting more difficult. This is getting crazy. Like, that Strange Love drop was crazy.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
Insane.
That was a strange. It was strange. Yeah, Strange Love. Yeah. Strange Love was strange. But I didn't realize how hard it was. I was like, this is getting like ridiculous now. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. You know, you got an iPad out, you got your phone out, you got your computer out, you got your woman, you got your significant other, maybe your son is over there.
Exactly.
It's crazy just to get a pair of sneakers. I don't know if it's worth doing it. I guess it is. I get it. But then in the end, I'm like, okay, I think I wasted up too much time in trying to get this one sneaker that I can probably get something else. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's why I've been getting other sneakers to add to what you're saying. I've been getting a lot of running sneakers that I really wanted. And I've been managing to like really like find these really good deals of these sneakers that were brand new that nobody's buying because they're too focused on these sneakers, you know? So the eye is good that it's on the SB right now, but it's not.
Exactly. I think we have this conversation with everybody. It seems to be, you know, like it's cyclical, as I've said on every podcast so far, but I think it does get frustrating. But the eye of hype will move, like the eye of Sauron.
The eye of Sauron. Yeah, they need to watch the Hobbits walk somewhere else.
Exactly. So the eye of hype will move. It will move somewhere, and it will go.
Follow them. Yeah,
exactly. It might take a little bit longer.
The hypebeast, right? It should be a bunch of hobbits with hypebeast stuff.
Exactly.
And let them follow them into the gates of Mordor, and we'll be fine, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm serious.
Oh my word! How did we get onto
Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings. This wasn't where I was expecting it to go.
Nah, there's no way. Listen, I love that stuff, man. This is my life. Look, see, I got all this stuff back here.
It is amazing. So
a bunch of stuff, you know.
I was gonna So I know that you prepared questions the other way, which isn't normally how we flow, but I'm curious then. And Huxley's back. If you're listening to this, you can't see what's actually happening right now. Is while we're sat here recording, it's not even close to Huxley's dinner time. It's just like
this is what this is.
That's what that is, right? Yeah. This is harassment for food. So if you're listening,
I thought it was being cute and cuddly.
The dog is trying to jump up on the table, and he's basically wants feeding. But it's like 2 hours before he gets fed, so
that's because you guys are home, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
he's just
confused.
he's very confused.
His equilibrium is off.
Oh, completely.
Yeah, very much.
So, what did you want to ask us?
All right, let's see. Hold on.
And see if I have it.
I'll go back to something else in a minute, but yeah.
Okay. I was just curious.
All right. This is this was like the best one. I had like an epiphany last night. I was like, oh, that's actually. Did you guys always like sneakers before you met each other, or did it get more influential because of each other when you guys got together?
I think it got more after it got a lot more after we got together.
Okay.
And I think that is more the financial circumstances changed over time. And so, like, there was always an appreciation.
Yes.
I just didn't have the means. In fact, either of us probably didn't have the means to.
Yeah, and I was more into fashion, particularly when we first met. Just fashion in general, whereas this one wore like the same clothes for like 10 years. The same.
I'm still wearing the same clothes.
That's the reason why I was asking, because I thought maybe one of you was wearing a pair of sneakers and you were like, oh shit, she looks kind of hot. Oh, look at her sneakers. It was like, look at his sneakers. You know what I mean?
Air Max 97s, silver. You know, if you remember, like this one, this
silver and blue.
All she wore for the summer of '98 randomly. And that did help.
Oh, Okay, all right, that's cool then. All right, yeah, that's what I mean. That was a good question. I was wondering. I was like, because it influences each other. Like,
Oh,
you know, I
completely.
don't know how they have a saying like over here in New York, like your outfit starts from your sneakers. I don't know why it does that. Like in New York City, like I just feel like that way. Like when you look at somebody,
Yeah.
like, oh look, okay.
Yeah,
And then
they
everything
definitely
comes-
match the fit to the shoes.
shoe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a question too. See, I added that one together. Does your fit start with your sneakers?
Yes, completely,
Absolutely.
completely,
Yeah.
100%.
That's okay. Good. See, I segued into that into another question.
Oh,
I feel like
definitely.
I'm you guys now.
It's a 100%. It's shoes and then randomly socks. Shoes,
Random
socks.
socks?
Yeah, so I choose the socks to go with the shoes, but the shoes go first, and it's like okay.
I didn't have the socks to go with the shoes. I had regular socks, but now I'm getting more into having more
Yeah,
socks.
same.
last years, yeah.
Probably the last two.
They're nice. They're expensive, but they're nice.
Yeah. I always go to the sale, like just straight into the sale bit on the website.
You grab whatever you
Yeah,
can
it's
get.
like, oh, I don't have any yellow ones. All right, I'm feeling I need some red
You're
ones.
doing colors, right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
trying to
Completely.
I don't blame you. Okay, I have another question.
Go for it.
All right.
I like this. We should get everyone to flip it back on us. This is fun.
I was gonna do that regardless. You should have never invited me on the podcast. Rather, it is good that you did. What was I gonna say? Do you like snug fitting sneakers, or do you like them to be a little loose?
Little loose or just
A
right.
little loose?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if they're too tight, I can't wear them all day. It's just no. I think I don't get people that buy.
There's a lot of them that do that.
Yeah, they buy
think they're
sneakers
really
that are
snug.
sized down because they like them snug or they like their feet to look small. And I'm like, are you mad?
What do you said? The feet to look smaller?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's, when I was younger, they used to do that. When I was like in my high school years,
Yeah.
middle school, people would do that. Oh, I'm gonna get them a size smaller. I want them.
No, I don't. I can't get my head around that at all. They've got to. Yeah,
You
it's
can
just-
mash your shoe into a sneaker, right? Just to fit it, right? That's
yeah,
kinda
like I've got a pair of Cortez upstairs that I absolutely love. They're the Oregon colorway, and even though they're my size, they are like a whole size smaller. And I've tried wearing them, and oh my god, you just can't.
yeah, it's like unbearable, right?
Yeah, it's like no.
I gave away 2 of my dunks recently. One is posted up on my Instagram. It's the one that was all ripped up. It was the Oceanic 6 one.
yep.
And I gave another pair away. I gave the Tom Tom ones, the Star Wars ones, the ones that were like
Yeah.
beige, like a cool gray.
Yeah.
I gave those away too. They were a size smaller than I had. And every time I would put them on, I was like, oh, what am I doing? This is not going to make sense me putting them
Yeah,
on.
I
You know what I
just
mean?
don't understand.
So loose is the better way. That's the
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but you've got one foot that's bigger than the other.
I do
right?
like. Well, I think most people have 1 foot.
Yeah.
I like.
my right foot is bigger
Yeah,
than
same. It's I like them to fit, and I do have a couple of pairs upstairs that I might have a half size too small,
Okay.
and I just put up with it. It's like I squeeze
You know
into.
what- Do you ever take the insole out?
I don't. I just wear thinner socks.
That's what I was gonna say. But when I was younger, I remember if a sneaker didn't fit us, still buying it a little bit bigger and wearing like 2 pairs of socks.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I remember putting on 2 pairs of socks and like, oh my God, this fits now, but knowing it really doesn't fit.
Exactly. No, I do have I've got the homegrown Dunk Highs upstairs,
Mhm.
and they are definitely a half size too small. But
Those are nice, man.
oh, they're
I love-
lovely. The suede
The
on them
structure
is
of those sneakers are good,
so good, and the green, like the pine green.
So it's just vibrant, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, I missed out on those, but those are beautiful.
Well,
They are.
randomly, so we were living in the US when they dropped. I couldn't get them anywhere in the US, but there was a skate store where we used to live in the UK. I bought them in the UK, and he shipped to the US for me. It was just
Oh, okay.
it was so bizarre. It's like, what? These are from a US skate store, and how does that work? So I have those.
No, it works. It works, I guess, right?
Well, it used to. The Nike don't allow them to ship anymore, but
Oh man,
Yeah,
that sucks. Yeah,
yeah.
They did change it after a while.
oh,
yeah.
completely. And then the other pair that are a bit tight are the tweed Dunk Lows.
Oh, those are nice, man.
Yeah, and I'm never ever getting rid of them. So
You're just staring at them. Just look at them, right?
yeah. But I do occasionally wear them and just like I just scrunch my toes up. They're like,
And just look at them for a little while and take it back out.
yeah, and be like, it's fine. They just
All
don't
fine.
ask me to walk anywhere. I'm fine.
I'll be okay. So the question that goes into this, because it's the same thing, because I kind of got upset up a certain way here.
Okay.
I tell you, I was prepared.
Yeah.
You do like sneakers looking better sometimes when they're worn. I have a very strong argument with a couple of my friends that like they have to look exactly the way I bought them when I first got them, and I don't believe that in certain pairs of sneakers. I think some of them look better worn.
Yeah, like at the moment, I'm really wearing my vintage Blazer 77s, the red and the
Yes,
white
you're wearing
ones.
those as well,
Yeah, like I bought those over a year ago now, and I had a real moan when I bought them because the quality of them I didn't think was that great. But
I remember.
but they've actually ended up like being my beaters, and that's pretty much all I've worn recently because I love them so much. And they are so worn now, but I like the way that they look because
I think they look better like
yeah,
that, right?
Yeah, completely.
they look
I feel like there's sneakers that look better worn.
yeah because they've. I mean, I like a pristine white sneaker, but for some reason, they were just too white. I can't explain it. It was just
Too white?
yeah. I like it was so
It was too white.
they were so white. They looked cheap. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you're saying. I've seen that before. I get it.
Yeah.
I know.
So as they've worn over time, and like the red is now starting to fade, like they've got splash marks on them. I just think they look so much better than they did when I first got them out the box.
I believe you. I think that certain people want them to look brand new, and I think that when you wear them, they become yours, right? They
Yeah.
become
Yeah.
an extension of you, right? We discussed this before, I think,
Yeah.
me and you.
Completely.
And I think a lot of people just like, oh, they're going to stay like this forever. I don't think they're supposed to.
No. I think
Like, go ahead.
I was going to say there are like, and I've said this many times, like I like shoes that have creases in the toe box, but
Yes.
particularly Jordan 1s.
Yes.
I like the
yes.
heel, like certain Jordan 1s, the heel of them.
That wrinkle that goes in
Yeah,
the back, right?
yeah, completely. And I think they look better. Like,
Yeah, I've had arguments with people that are like, oh, I don't want them to crease. Look how they look. I'm like, dude, that's your foot. That's the way your foot looks. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't want them to crease. You sound crazy. Like,
Yep.
Look, now, if you walk out with a new pair of sneakers and somebody scuffs your sneakers,
Oh, that's
Oh,
different.
that's totally different.
that's different.
no, that's a whole nother
Yeah, yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
That's not you messing them up, right? But I've had conversations with like, oh, they have to stay pristine. I'm like, that's impossible, dude. It's what world do you live in? Like,
Exactly.
unless you have unlimited money and you want to just keep buying the same sneaker again. But
Yeah.
I do think they look better worn. That's why I had to ask you guys, because I know you guys have pairs that you actually wear.
Yeah, there's like, I suppose there's wearing, and there's the creases for me. The reason why I don't wear all of them most of the time is the weather over here, and there's mud, and there's wearing them, there's creasing them. I still like them to look a little bit. I can't put
But the sidewalks here are so dirty, and like,
Oh yeah, I agree. They're like that here too in New York. It's hard.
so it's like, you know, I used to commute into London daily, and when I was doing that, it would be rare for me to wear a really nice pair of sneakers because, you know, it's just so dirty. People standing on your
So constantly you knew
feet.
that you weren't gonna wear them. Like, I'm not wearing them.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. So if I did want to wear something, I'd take them in my bag and put them on when I got to work.
You're not commuting in them. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's good.
I mean, it's a bit different now because I work a lot closer to home. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, I mean, it's just dirty.
There's no other word. There's no. I was waiting for like there was a dramatic silence then of just like
No,
it's just
it is.
dirty.
If you're really gonna wear like something you really want to wear, like I'm definitely not gonna commute in anything until I get it to where I have to go.
Exactly.
I mean, it sounds a little vain, but I don't care.
No. I think that's fine.
But then even for me, just not even just shoes, it would be like the clothes I'd wear as well, because you just
Of course, yes, I
like,
agree with that too.
yeah, just stuck on the tube, on the subway, on the train. It was just, it's just horrible. I just didn't like it. So I would go
No,
to
I
work
agree.
looking a scruff.
Yeah, I would like. I mean, you want to keep your stuff good, right? You want to keep
Yeah.
it like presentable and clean. Yeah, I get it. It happens like that. I've went outside and I've had marks come off like my clothes just by standing by a door or a bus stop or something like that. I'm like, oh my god, I just put this shit on. Like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Especially white clothes. I don't have too many. Well, I'm wearing white. But,
I did
I don't
notice
wear
that.
too much white outside. I don't. Like, I don't have too many white pairs of sneakers.
Yeah.
I have to get more pairs of white sneakers. They're just clean looking, right? I mean,
They are.
Yeah. You can't be like, going back to what you said earlier, like a classic pair of white Converse. You just
Yes.
can't beat
no,
that.
those are like they're iconic. They're gonna be here forever, right?
Yeah, totally. Like a pristine pair of Converse just looks
Yeah, it's nothing
epic.
beats that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people like they're they're Jordan hyped and they all these other hype,
Yeah.
but when they see a Converse, it's like, oh come on, man, what is that? I'm like, dude, are you kidding me right now? Like, are you crazy? I think it's because I'm a connoisseur and I like a little bit of everything. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, like SJ's got the sneakers and stuff, Converse.
The camo.
They're
Oh yeah, those were nice. I remember you said you had those. Yeah, you got pictures of those.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
They are
they're so,
so
nice.
nice.
Like the
Those are
materials
amazing,
are amazing.
And Andy with his Converses, he's out of control with those
Oh,
Converses.
completely.
And I love it. And I love every moment of it. Me and him talk all the time. And we DM each other and we'll have like these long conversations. And we're just talking about this stuff. Like, he loves Converse, man.
Oh,
He
completely.
does.
Completely.
He loves it too. Like, it's really cool, man, speaking to you guys. To be honest, I want to thank you. Like, even before this is over, you know what I mean? It's really nice talking to you guys.
Definitely. And
Yeah,
you.
and to you too. Like, and just go back to Andy. He has the best sneaker sock
Oh, yeah.
pants combo ever.
Oh yeah, he's bananas with his.
Oh,
He's
completely.
bananas. He's bananas.
Yeah.
He's
He knows
amazing.
it too. I tell him he's humble about it, but I'm like, nah, dude, you know what you're doing. The humbleness is appreciated, sir.
Oh, completely. So I suppose we are coming towards the end of this episode of the podcast, everyone. So don't forget to subscribe and all of that stuff. Don't forget to go and follow Toxic on Instagram. I'll put his
Cylon SB.
I'll put his thing in the
thing.
in the description if you can find that on your favorite
you, guys.
podcast platform or YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. But before we go, Toxic, is there anything else that you want to ask us? And then
Yeah, of course, yeah. Of
I'm,
course. I have like two or three. Is that okay?
Yeah, well, I'll let you have three more questions. For one, we have.
Oh my god. 3-for-1 sale? That's what you said? All right. Now they're quick. They're pretty quick.
Okay.
Do you prefer, and I know this is gonna be hard for you, do you prefer a dunk high or a dunk low?
Ooh.
Can I go for a third
Period.
option?
Like if you had a choice and you were gonna be stranded on an island and they're gonna throw you on an island, you can only pick a dunk high or a low. Which
Can
one
I
you
have
think?
another option?
Yeah, I don't know. Why?
Because I prefer a dunk mid.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go. All right. Thank
if you
you
gave-
just answered my damn question. That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
I love the mid. I love the strap that comes on the mid. I think
yeah.
if they put a strap on the high, I would probably go with a dunk high. But
You think so?
yeah, I
That's
just
kind of crazy.
I know. I know.
High with a strap.
Yeah, I would totally rock that. Oh no, because it would remind me of all those skate shoes from the 80s and 90s, and so I'd be
It's
like,
kind of like a couture thing you just did right there, adding a strap to a dunk high. What do you got? You gonna be your own gallo over there? You got a little fashion shit going on? Let me find out, Mr. G. Let me find out.
all right, SJ, you answer this.
Well, I only have a dunk high. I don't have any dunk lows.
She's all
At
about.
all?
No.
She's all about the
no.
blazer.
I'm all about
Oh
the
yeah, the blazer.
the
Yeah, I know she loves
blazer.
those.
Yeah, no. Like this year, there've been a few pair of dunk lows that I've wanted, but I haven't been able to buy a pair, so I'm still without a pair of dunk lows. Which,
Oh, it's okay. You know what? I guess the first pair of dunk lows will probably matter a lot when you get them. You know what I mean? Like I got these finally.
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
especially when you have like you really want. That would be really really dope.
Yeah, I'll keep trying.
Okay, now I was gonna ask this. What's question number 2, right?
Yeah.
Are you into graffiti? Because I've noticed you like graffiti stuff.
I do like graffiti stuff. I
We
like.
don't do any though.
I don't have the skills. If I had the
What do you
skills,
mean? Come on.
I don't have the skills. No. Like genuinely, because I would get like I would want to be more than just a tag, and so I'd want to.
I want to be more than a tag.
No.
Oh my God.
No.
That's a good slogan. That's a T-shirt.
I don't.
want to
I
be more
don't
than
mean
a
it
tag.
like that. I mean like I would want to spray more than a tag on a wall. Like I want to.
Oh, you want to do like masterpieces? And
Yeah,
like, do
yeah,
this
yeah.
big
And I don't
grand
have the
scale
skills
shit,
for
right?
that. So no, but like I know people who we know people that go out. We've been to I suppose when street art moves from the street to the gallery.
Of
But
course.
yeah, like, and in fact we got a bunch of when we went to New York on our 10-year anniversary. We bought a bunch of stuff in a market by some random Argentinian street artist who was based in New York, and it's just like, yeah, I'm all up for it.
Yeah, that's what I asked. I definitely asked because I come from that. Living in New York, there's no way you're around it. That's part of it. It's the
Exactly.
elements of hip hop. It's everything
Yeah.
that has. I'm from the Bronx as well, so it's like, and not to say it like that, but it's true. Like that's where I grew up in.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked, because I see a lot of artwork from UK, and you guys. I remember it going out there back in the 80s and 90s, and it was like a wave of greatness. So I know I used to do it. My daughter sees me do it. I have spray cans in my house. I don't do it anymore. But she's like, "Oh, you used to write on walls?" I'm like, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, one of our friends who's also on Instagram, Holy Bat Pants.
Yep.
He does some really cool stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he actually spray painted some pictures of Huxley for us a few years ago.
Oh, that's amazing.
He's such a talented
Yeah,
artist.
he's great with the stencil, but also he has a particular. He
Ghost.
has these things called penny lickers.
Yeah.
And they're ghosts, and literally he just sprays and waits for the drips, and the drips are like
yes.
and then he'll put like stickers, and that's the eyes, and he will just
So
cover.
he goes beyond just the regular.
Oh yeah,
he's adding
yeah.
content.
It's like
Oh,
literally
okay, I
like
like
so
that.
you got the spray, and then the drips, and then he'll put stickers, and he's
Inside of the-
and he will cover a wall with his penny lickers. He's amazing.
Oh, I
so
gotta see
cool.
this.
Yeah.
You said it's on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Holy Bat Pants.
Okay, I'm definitely I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, he's
I'm
cool.
definitely gonna check that out.
Yeah.
All right, and then this is it. This is
This
the
is
last
the
one.
final question. So if I like the pressure's on. The pressure is on.
In fact, talking about art, it was really weird. When we were living in the US, we actually got to meet, I don't know if you've ever heard of Pure Evil, the British artist.
No, it sounds familiar. I won't say that off the top of my head, no, but it does sound familiar.
So he was like showing some stuff at a gallery in San Francisco that we ended up going to. We ended up meeting him over there, which was really quite random, but his artwork is super cool as well.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll check that out as well. He said he's from where?
He's from the UK, but like he's older now.
Yeah.
So he's
He's a DJ as well, isn't
he's
he?
moved from
He's
the-
moved
A
from
lot
the
of
street.
DJs are graffiti writers and
Yeah.
graffiti writers
Yeah.
are like rappers and MCs and stuff like that.
And,
it's like a multifaceted kind of deal.
Yeah, like this guy's moved, as Matt was saying, from the street to the gallery. So some of his pieces are like thousands now. But yeah, he's super cool.
and we do know someone in Brooklyn who does still go out and tag.
Oh no, of course, yeah. I have friends that
He still goes
they're
out.
trying to contact me to get my cans so they can go out and
He
tag.
still
right
goes
now.
out, and he's like, yeah, he's still out there, and he DJs as well. But yeah, he's doing his thing.
All right, this is it. You ready?
This is it. Okay, here we go. Drum roll.
I touched on this a little bit earlier. Just a
Okay.
little bit.
Okay, here we go.
Do dunks and wearing dunks like you're a dunk fan, like
Yep.
me.
Mhm.
Both of you guys. I mean, pretty much. do they make you feel unbiased that I just want to wear Dunks and I don't want to wear anything else? Like you really feel like not biased, but biased. Like okay, I just have to have Dunks. I could just live like this for the rest of my life. I don't need any other sneaker. Do you feel like that sometimes when you go buy them?
I think it's not that I'm biased or like I'm only ever going to wear that. I think you touched on it actually back at the start of this. You said it was the perfect shoe, I think, or the perfect silhouette.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I feel like it's the perfect shoe.
And
I feel like I'm cheating on myself sometimes when I don't buy them.
and it is very much. It's got everything like. It's got everything from a profile from that silhouette that I'm looking for in a shoe. I like the little details. It's not too overcomplicated. I think when they moved it into SB and they added like the zoom heel unit just for a little bounce, like just a little bit of cushioning. And so now when if I stop wearing SBs and I move into another shoe, like I don't know, if I move into a pair of Vans or move into something else, they feel weird to the point.
That's my point. So I feel like I want to throw them back on.
And then if you don't wear them for, I don't know, like for whatever reason, you wear another shoe for a week, and then you get back into the Dunk, it's like, it feels like I'm home again. It's so weird.
You know what's funny? You say that because that's why I'm asking, because I've had somebody tell me that like I can't wear Dunks all day long. I'm like, are they brand new? Did you break them in? What size did you get? Like I'm like, after a while they do fit like to your foot. They form to your foot, and they just feel like a glove sometimes. Yeah. Especially if you have them laced already, you just plop them on and you don't even have to worry about putting them on.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You just slide your foot right in, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I feel the same with blazers. Like for me, that is the perfect silhouette for me. It sort of just goes.
I have a lot of memories of blazers too.
Pardon?
I have a lot of memories with blazers too. Like I blazers were like a love that I had young as well too. Just a regular blazer. It didn't even have to be an SB blazer. I just had so many, and they just look good.
Yeah, exactly. Really it's just for me. It's just the perfect sneaker. They're just classic. Yeah, super clean design. You just can't go wrong with it.
No, it's but I wouldn't say it's a bias or anything. It's just
what you like.
It feels comfortable. Like I know what I'm getting into. It's and they just look good. They just look so good. And the thing with what Nike SB have done with the Dunk, with all the different stories, the connections that they have with the different stores,
the narratives.
Like there's so much there that everyone just says, oh, it's just a Dunk. No.
No, it's not.
There's more. There's more to it than that. And
that happened on my birthday. My brother, I turned 40 or whatever recently, and they, I was out with my family. My stepfather goes, "You have a pigeon on your sneaker," and I'm like, he goes, "That's funny." I'm like, "Dude, do you know what this is, right?" Like, then he saw my shirt, and it was a pigeon as well. And he's like, "Oh, but what is that? Is that some New York type thing?" I said, "Oh, all right, it is New York. It does mean New York." And he just thought it was like something I randomly just found. I was like, "No, this is a brand."
Yeah.
And I guess it was like, "Oh, it's just a pigeon sneaker." It's not.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, it's so much more. So much more. But so
I'm like, no, this is a panda pigeon sneaker. Okay? This is not just a pigeon sneaker.
This is a panda.
And then did he go, "What? There's a pigeon called a panda?"
Yeah, like what are you guys talking about? Like literally.
My friend hates that name, by the way. He just hates. He's a skater. He hates it.
Really?
He goes, "There's no such thing as a panda pigeon, John." I'm like, okay, shut up. Get your ass over there. I don't want to talk to you.
Exactly. So I just want to say thank you for
thank you guys too.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yes. I want to have these more often with you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
It'll be nice to speak to you guys.
And and I think you've just introduced a new section into the podcast. Turn the questions on the people who are asking me questions and having conversations.
Yes. I waited.
Yeah. I know you were really good. You were really, really good.
Thanks. I waited. I have more too, but I'll save those for later.
So you can find this on all your favorite podcast platforms. Everyone, don't forget to subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Don't forget to leave us a comment somewhere down here if you're watching this on YouTube. And this will. if you are on YouTube, you'll see right now that the dog has popped up into the video again. So there we go.
Awesome.
He's yeah. So the dog is now saying goodbye. So I think that's time for us to say goodbye. Don't forget to listen to us next week, and yeah, we'll see you all later, everyone. See ya.
Thanks for listening to Sneakers and Stories.